This is the Podcave Podcast. Here's Jason, Michelle, and Goose.
Hey, now we got. We're very festive, Goose. You got the lights up.
Me.
It's very festive.
You changed to match me.
Only thing I really
You look really nice, Michelle. By the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, very
Thank
nice.
you. I wanted to get festive.
Clap. Let's get
All right.
Hey, all right. Not everybody.
one clap.
Jeez.
Oh.
You want to hoot it? There you go.
There you go.
I thought we were cheering.
All right, Stu.
There you go. Your clap.
Oh,
The only really festive thing that I have is obviously the booze, the bourbon in front of me, and the red windscreen, which we're inside. But Jason went and bought clown noses and turned them into windscreens. Very nice,
Very
Jason.
nice.
I appreciate that.
It is festive, though. It's red.
Yeah. Listen. So it's been a couple weeks since we've been together.
It is.
It went from Thanksgiving to we're
Halloween, Thanksgiving.
It's like flying. Like
It
it's
is
crazy, crazy, right? How this year just blew by.
Yeah.
But obviously you guys came over, got the lights up.
Your front yard looks awesome, by
Looks
the
cool,
way.
right? Looks
Definitely
cool.
best decorated house on the block.
I'm telling you.
Hold on,
Good,
Michelle.
Hold on. She's got style.
She's rubbing up to you now. Hold on a second.
No,
That's not.
listen,
I wouldn't say best. Did you take a ride around this neighborhood? There's a couple there.
Where? Which one?
The cul-de-sac.
No.
The best in the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Best in the
It's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not
Did you
down.
see the ones that drip?
I did. Those are cool.
Yeah, they're cool.
But the best. I don't know if
They
I'm
get
doing
you.
it.
They get you though on Amazon, right? They're like,
they suck you in,
get
dude.
these things, and you're like, oh, this is great. It's like 18 feet of lights. Yeah, there's only 6 lights, and
It's 18 feet long.
they're 3
and they're
feet apart. I'm like, I had to buy like $700 worth of friggin' lights.
What'd you go oop for? You can say fuck.
Yeah, but I don't want to go too great.
right.
But I was like, my kids were like, oh, they're so great, Dad. You got to get more. I just ordered I just spent a G note on these stupid ass lights. It was
Dude,
friggin'
how
ridiculous.
easy, how crazy is that though, guys? That before you know it, you've got $1,000 in your cart.
Oh man,
It's
Costco.
Oh, it's way too easy.
Go to Costco, buy one thing.
No,
just go in there and say,
can't.
listen, I'm going to go in and I'm going to buy a sweater.
Yeah.
That's the genius of Costco.
I did.
though.
Yeah.
I went in. Listen, so one of my buddies, Frank, he went and bought this jacket. It's like, them jackets that are super light, but they have the goose down in them, and they really warm and stuff. And they if you get a pocket and you move them and you can put them all in the pocket and zip it up, and it turns into a little bag, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, these are cool. I'm gonna get these for the kids, right? So I'm gonna go with 3. So I walk in there to go get 3. I left with my bill was $2,600. I go,
What?
I'm looking at the thing, yeah, because
Christmas.
Christmas Eve, the Italians, they do the 7 fishes.
Yeah.
So I got 2 boxes of king crab legs. They were $200 a piece. I got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16 bags of shrimp. All right, I had to get the big bags for the shrimp cocktail.
15 was enough. You had to get 16.
Well, I got 40 people coming over for Christmas Eve, right? Then all the rest of the people that stopped by. I got 4 boxes of lobster tails.
Oh,
I got
Yummy.
clams, 3, 4 bags of clams.
Tree 4.
Then I got
Two
a couple speakers. This speaker's nice. And, oh, this is cool. This Santa thing. Bought that. Oh, then they had the lights. I'm like, oh, these are LEDs. They're nice. 100. Give me 4 or 5 cases of them. Then I went over and got some pizzas. Got this. Got some waters. Then I went around the corner. Forget about it. Oh, this new TV is nice. Let me get this one. It's a curved TV. I bought 70-inch curved.
Hold on. So you
That's actually pretty good for what was it, 20?
2,800.
That's not bad for 2,800.
No, but wait, hold on, because I'm trying to process this. You went in for a certain thing, right? You went in for.
I went in for 3
purpose.
jackets, $25 a piece. They were
So you ended up, a little crazy. You ended up buying a TV as well.
Yeah, it was cool. It looked really good.
Cool. Yeah, no,
I don't know if
I'm
they
sure.
put an amplifier on it or something like that, but the shit was unbelievable. They suck you right in. You know what I'm saying, Jason?
They do, absolutely.
You know how it is with
suck
the
you
AV
in.
stuff.
Yeah.
What is it, 5K, 6K? What is it now?
4K.
It's only 4K. We haven't got to the 5K.
No, but there's
yet.
something above that now. There's a 5G or something. Yeah, that's the guy was
Super-
I'm
telling
gonna
me.
tell you
Super
right now,
4G.
that 4K is such
Or 4K.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Is it?
Such bullshit.
but-
Of course, it's it looks a little better, but HD looks fucking amazing. as
HD
it
got
is.
super HD.
Yeah.
But listen, the problem is if you're not watching something that's broadcast in HD, doesn't I don't care what you got.
Yeah,
If you don't,
that's
if you got, I got 4K. Doesn't matter if they're not broadcasting it.
Well, I have to tell you, me and my 5-year-old are watching old Tom and Jerry cartoons. They look fucking great on, 1080p or
Unbelievable.
whatever. Yeah.
No, they do. HD is amazing. I mean, the first time I got HD, a real HD, it was almost to the point where I couldn't watch it because it was too real.
Really?
You know what I mean? Because you went from like the standard television,
Right.
720,
Right,
whatever it
right.
is, to 1080p, and all of a sudden this high def, and you're looking at it like, wow, that's freaking me out because
Yeah.
that's like real, really real. You know?
Yeah.
So
It
anyway,
is.
that was my Costco run.
Wow, dude, that's
And then I went over to Home Goods, and I went and walked through there a little bit.
Bed Bath and Beyond. If there's time,
You just like stuff. I like that. Let me buy 3 of them.
Get two a tree.
Somebody's coming by.
You
I'll
like
get
decorating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like all
we
the
don't,
little lights
Michelle. We
and
don't
stuff.
we don't really call it decorating. we call it like
What do you call it?
manscaping.
Oh,
or,
manscaping.
Yeah, something like that.
accessorizing.
Then we got like
Accessorizing.
I got 5 Christmas trees. It's like they're reproducing, like as I put them away.
Yeah. But you did a nice job. It looks good. You're very,
Yeah.
you're very
I feel-
festive this
yeah,
year.
I feel good.
It looks
I feel-
great.
Yeah.
Because I know you're into landscaping, so when you get outside,
You had a
get
couple
little-
trees die.
Oh, did you really? What
Yeah, out
happened?
front. I don't know. They just went bad, so I just whacked them. Just like the chainsaw right at the bottom.
Took them down.
I got to pull them out. Yeah, I should have probably left a little stump, like for a little leverage.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, you should have.
Yeah, but I gotta get you over here, like in the spring.
Yeah, see how he does that?
Yeah.
Is he gonna get me over here?
What do you mean?
So,
It's Johnny Landscape.
so I got a question. Has anybody seen the new Star Wars movie?
No,
I heard
haven't.
about it.
I want to see
you see
Jumanji.
it?
And no,
Listen,
man,
I heard-
I'm psyched though. I want to see.
I
it.
heard good and I heard bad. Listen, if
here-
you're a Trekkie, obviously you're going to be happy about it because it's a new movie.
Well, not a Trekkie, but Star Wars. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you're on a whole
whatever
nother-
the hell it is.
Yeah,
The guy
that's a whole
Nanu.
other world. Trek,
The
Star Trek.
Nanu guys. They're the guy.
But listen, going back, I'm a big Star Wars fan. You guys Star Wars fans? I mean, not everybody
Not,
is.
not really, but
Stu,
My
you're-
first,
somewhat.
my first movie is like Star Wars. Yeah.
all right.
6
So-
years old.
So,
Yeah, I'm
so
a
let's
Star
talk
Wars
about this for a second
Go ahead,
because
go ahead.
you're right, Goose. It's getting mixed reviews. Right?
It is.
So if you look at all the reviews, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to reserve my obviously until I see it. But
Right.
mixed reviews on it. But if you go back to the original Star Wars, Stu and I were talking about this a little bit. That was the movie. That's probably all time one of my favorite movies because
that's
when was that? When was that? Stu? 1977.
77. Yeah.
77. Remember that came out, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is the best movie ever, right? Because
Yep.
you're like, you've never seen anything like it before. Yeah.
I have to say, Darth Vader.
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
My next door neighbor. So I was a little kid, and I go over there, and he's like a year older than me, and he's got pictures of Darth Vader and like Luke Skywalker up, but they're like black and white pictures, almost shots from the movie. And I'm like, who are these guys? And he's telling me they're real. I'm like buying into that this shit is real. 6 years old, I was scared to death. But then fast forward to when the movie came out. Yeah, I sat online with my
my
dad
God, it was the best.
around the block at the Tenplex in Paramus.
You're pointing at me like I know where that
I would
is,
think
like,
that everybody knows where the
Yeah.
Tenplex is in
I do
Paramus.
know where
right?
that
See?
is. I do
Thank
know
you.
where that is. It's near Garden
the
State
Tenplex.
Plaza.
Yeah, that experience was like the greatest. It's resonated with me and it stayed with me, and still that I remember that I was scared of the pictures from my next door neighbor
From that bar, like all them misfits in the bar.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that's the best.
But the greatest thing is when you actually saw the movie for the first time, you're like, "This, you've never seen anything like this before,
Never,
right?"
yeah.
Even when they made the movie, they thought it was going to be a joke. They thought, "Oh my god, this movie is going to be," but it ended up being one of the
The
biggest
greatest
Yeah.
ever.
And I just remember driving home after the movie, looking up at the stars, like, "Oh, I want to be up there, man."
Yeah.
It's like watching Rocky.
Yeah.
You want to
It's
go
gotten
and
a little-
start
it's gotten
boxing.
taken
Right.
You want to be a boxer now.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gotten taken a little too far, though. I mean, every commercial is these kids like in like Walmart, like and they're fighting each other,
Yeah,
and like
man,
I mean, it's a little.
So I did a little research on
Yeah,
this,
go ahead,
and
do
I
it.
thought it was interesting that the. Do you know what the highest? You know where Star Wars falls on? It's got a Guinness record, by the way. It's a title for most successful film successful film merchandising franchise ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
And what was the number? $1 billion?
Most successful film merchandising franchise. So it's the most successful film merchandising franchise.
Well, yeah, they've been selling it since 1977.
Okay.
I mean, there's still Star Wars shirts every day being
Oh,
sold,
yeah.
probably.
Total value of the Star Wars franchise is estimated at $42 billion.
Wow.
42 billion.
It's crazy, dude.
That is
nuts.
crazy.
On the list, the only one that's more successful, if you had to guess, the only franchise that's more successful than Star Wars, what would you guess it was?
Jurassic Park.
No.
Indiana Jones.
No.
Oh.
No.
Wow, I would say.
Oh, the Marvel one.
No.
How is Marvel not
No.
the most successful?
Marvel's not even in there.
It's got to be something like.
It's not. It's something you would never think of.
It's
Goose,
a franchise. The Pixar franchise?
It's a franchise, but it's not. It's a merchandising franchise.
How about like Batman?
No. You guys are thinking movies. You guys are thinking strict movies. You got to get out of that, that headspace.
Jack in the Box.
No.
McDonald's.
It's round.
It's round.
It's round. It's a crazy game that kids loved.
Your Rubik's Cube?
No, it's
That's
not really-
square.
it was
It's
also
not really round,
Yeah,
but
it was also it's one of those things that people are like you looking at kids like, what are you playing? What is that? It's almost
Hacky
like
sack?
anime. I'm trying to think of
what is it called? Just tell us.
Pokemon.
Oh,
Pokemon.
man.
It's round.
50. Well, Pokemon's round, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, the
You ain't fucking round. Who
the
the-
round is a
ball.
Pokemon
that
round? It's a
bullshit?
round
Ball
ball.
when you break it and then the Pokemon
Isn't
comes
it?
out.
I don't play Pokemon.
It's round.
round.
It's red and
Yeah.
Look,
white.
it totally threw me off. Round.
What do you mean? Oh, look it up. Pull up Pokemon.
Balls
on
are
your phone.
round.
Officially the worst clue.
All right,
Yeah.
well,
Round.
listen.
Yeah.
All right. Excuse me for giving you a bad
green.
clue on it. What's number 3? What's next after Star Wars for the most successful franchise?
What was it? Square?
No.
It's
It's triangle.
Give us
Whatever
a
your
shape.
hint
It's a triangle.
It's
us a shape.
square.
This is a
And
movie.
the kids played
This
with
is
it.
a movie?
This is a movie. This is a chain of movies.
Spider-Man.
All right.
No.
Is it Batman?
No, it's not Batman. 2 words. First letter of each word is H and P.
H and P.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. There you
Oh,
go.
Harry Potter.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's
And
got
then-
to be big. That's got to be big.
That's,
You know why?
That's at 25 billion.
I love Harry Potter.
Really?
Yeah. And number 4 is James Bond. Of course, that's
Yeah, Bond is cool.
Bond is cool. Number 5 is Call of Duty.
Oh yeah,
You
Call
said
of Duty is
duty.
very popular.
Call of Duty is like, you mean the video game.
The video
video
game,
game.
yeah,
that's
video
big.
game.
That's
Number 6 is The Simpsons, which is awesome. I mean, that thing's been around forever.
For like maybe longer than Star Wars. Simpsons.
Oh, it's been around for a long time. And then number 7 is the one that you mentioned originally, which was Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
yeah.
A lot of money right there.
But it's crazy because when you look at the way they did Star Wars was interesting in that when they did the first 3 episodes, they weren't really the first, right?
Right.
They were in the way the chronologically. Chronologically, thank you. The way the storyline goes, those 3 were not the first ones.
You know what's crazy?
So-
You want me to tell you a little a tidbit that I learned? So, how about when you're in San Francisco, right, and you're going over the bridge, like to go to Oakland? I don't know what bridge that is. It's big. It's a big bridge. It's the Bay Bridge, maybe. No, it's not the. Maybe it is the Bay Bridge. I'm not
We'll
sure.
call it
But
the
if
Bay
you
Bridge.
look off to the one side of it, it's like the port. Like the port of San Francisco. And those things that go and they grab the containers and they lift them up and they bring them like off the ships, like these
Yeah.
big giant things. If you look at them, that's where the guy from Star Wars got the idea of those things that walk. What are those things that
Oh,
walk?
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
AT-ATs, I think.
AT-ATs they're called?
They're square.
Imperial Walkers.
Yeah, the
I have
Imperial
no
Walkers.
Idea,
Yeah, that's
Imperial
it.
Walkers.
Well, I feel
yeah.
like the Imperial Walkers were the more thinner ones in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, the Imperial Walkers.
Yeah,
so that's where they came up with that whole deal, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nuts. I mean,
He saw those and said, "Oh, they look like they're creatures," and that's exactly what happened. Like
Yeah.
it was cool.
But it's funny if you ever watch the documentary on the making of that, some of the things they use in the movie, like just to make it look authentic, they use like ice cream machines and just
Really?
just stuff in the background that they just had to use to make things look good, to make it look high tech. It was really low tech stuff, But
Where was the ice cream machine? I don't remember.
this was I think it was Empire Strikes Back. They did a little scene where some guy was running through the ship and he was carrying something, and it was an ice cream machine maker. So, but it looked like some piece of equipment. But they just
Really?
here, carry this, and he just grabbed it and carried it. And it
I
was-
didn't know that. That's
Wow.
pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's
been
weird
so
though, right?
long
Yeah.
Since I've watched it.
Yeah, because it was made such low tech, but it looks so high tech. That's what kills me about the first. Stu, you and I were talking about this a little bit about Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Those were all awesome, right? Those were awesome movies. Loved them all.
Return of the
When it-
Jedi arguably wasn't as cool as
no,
the first two.
but I liked them. You're right. Return of the Jedi.
Again, it's that moment where it's different. It's just different stuff.
Right, but Return of the Jedi was in the same vein of those first three.
Yes.
But then when it got to the prequel, the trilogy, the prequel trilogy, Episode 1,
Phantom Menace.
The Phantom Menace, I didn't like those. I didn't like any of those. The Phantom Menace, I didn't like
I don't know
Attack
if I
of
saw
the Clones.
those. Did you see those?
Revenge of the Sith.
Wait, maybe I. Oh, shit.
I don't even remember those.
I think I literally
there
was like 10
three
years
more
old.
that they did like the other sequels, but they came out in
Those
like,
were prequels.
the late
those
90s.
Those were
But
actually
they were considered prequels to the first three.
Wow.
they were the first three.
It's very confusing.
in the storyline.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
But I didn't.
Yeah.
But what I didn't like about it was you've got Star Wars, which was filmed in a certain way. Obviously, this was filmed in '77, so they did the best they could to make it look futuristic. But
Right.
you watch it and it looks like it's not, but it looks cool. But then they did the prequels, which were the first three actually in the storyline, and they're so much more advanced technologically than the other ones.
How did those guys in the
It just
white, the
didn't
Darth
seem
Vader
right.
guys, how did they go to the bathroom? Was there like a little like?
Right.
Yeah, it had to be a little trapdoor.
Yes.
I mean, listen, it's hard. That's all hard equipment.
Right inside a stormtrooper's outfit, they would have a thing attached to their dick, and
Yeah.
they just go in it and just sit there.
They all had catheters. You had to get a catheter
Yeah,
before you got the
yes.
machine on.
I thought
it
it
was
was
like
hard
in the
going in a
future.
romper. I can't imagine in that.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, marching to.
Heavy
that
duty.
that was some crazy stuff. But it always seemed like, listen, the one thing about Star Wars, I don't want to mock it at all, but it's always they're going after this big circle thing. And they got to go, how do we
Pokemon.
destroy this? Well, let's find somebody who knows.
They're going after Pokemon.
Yeah, if you go down this alley and you drop one, it's got to be right into this one specific.
Yeah.
It seems like every Star Wars movie, it's like, listen, dude, call the guy who did the last Star Wars movie, and the thing just keeps getting bigger, right? It started off as like a tennis ball, then it went to like a softball, then it went to like a melon,
And it went
then
to
the
the size
last
of a
one, I don't know
planet.
this. Then the one before this one that's out now. I mean, this thing was like grossly gigantic.
Huge, yeah.
Well, they
Right?
destroyed it at the end.
Always. I mean,
The
doesn't that always
Star
happen?
Killer or something. I don't remember the name.
I mean, what do
of
they
it.
have? Like, have like 50 of these things? Like, they just keep, right? It's the same shit.
All right, so J.J. Abrams obviously took over the Star Wars franchise, and he kicked ass with that Force Awakens, that first one. You're talking about that big thing.
Right.
Then they get this guy named Rian Johnson to do this one that's out right now, the Last Jedi.
Okay.
And Rian Johnson's this guy who did this movie called Looper, which was way back with
Yeah.
Bruce Willis
Yeah, Bruce
and
Willis.
I forget the other kid from 50-50. Anyway, you'd know him. Fucking great movie. Then they loved working with him so much that they're going to invent an entire trilogy and work with him just on that trilogy. So it's like J.J. Abrams doing the third one of these three, and then that guy Rian Johnson was hired by them to do a whole
Well,
nother
he's going to do a
trilogy.
standalone.
A whole standalone. I'm excited to see it, but
Han Solo
obviously
one.
I've been hearing some bad things about The Last Jedi,
Yes.
and I'm like, oh, did Rian Johnson completely destroy the franchise?
So listen, you sound like you're like up to date on all this shit because I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
Okay.
so lost.
And
That's-
I'm really
They're
want
speaking
to
a foreign
apologize to all our
language.
listeners. I don't know what the
but
fuck
that's
he's
how
talking about.
that's how crazy.
Ryan Johnson really had the trilogy of the first Jedi suit.
I wish I knew.
Listen to me.
Film geeks.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So
wish I was
let me ask you this question. I forgot what the fuck I was going to say.
nervous now.
All right, you got me so fucked up that I'm listening to this shit, right?
I need a
Like,
sip of wine.
listen, what is the whole what's the whole sense? If they keep blowing up this thing,
Yeah,
doesn't everybody die on the fucking ship? Like, how does this ship explode? Right? It's like the whole fucking planet just goes. Here it goes, boom, and it fucking blows up. Right? 50 billion fucking people
In
on
the
this thing.
movie,
It's like the
right?
biggest aircraft carrier. Like, it's just the size of Earth.
Yeah.
Right? It blows up. And then all of a sudden, one guy survived? Like, where's their fucking? This is like their headquarters, right? It's not like this is a knockoff. Like, oh, listen, we're down in Hoboken, but we're over in Jersey City with the machine, right? Like, everybody in fucking Hoboken and Jersey City, they all die.
Yeah.
So how do you come up with a sequel when they're all fucking dead? Like, how many white guys in these armor shit is there? Like listen, Darth Vader. I mean, what the fuck? Did he go like in a cubicle and like he got spit out before it blew up? How the fuck did he know that this happened?
Well,
Wow,
that's why they had to do the prequels because you had to tell the story about how Darth Vader comes to life. Because essentially, in Return of the Jedi, I think he dies.
Yeah, he does.
I
He
mean,
does.
he dies
Darth
every
Vader
fucking
dies.
time.
I mean, listen,
doesn't
a
he?
lot of them
His
die.
brother's kid comes back. Hey,
And so
I'm
it's
gonna
funny
revenge
because
my
then
family.
like the Force Awakens is supposed to be this sequel to the first three, whatever.
Okay, listen.
So
enough about
It's the
it.
first
I don't wanna-
sequel.
Listen,
But-
we're done talking
But then
about
they
this
did
shit.
one more.
It's
They
bullshit.
did Rogue One
Okay.
as kind of a separate Star Wars story, and
Right.
it was literally driving right up to the first movie.
And fucking R2-D2.
They have Darth Vader in that one, so
All right.
it's like they had
But
to
Goose,
bring Darth
did
Vader
we-
How
back
about
somehow.
R2-D2? This fucking guy's been around for 100 years, right? Shot, head blown
But
off.
now
His
they got
battery
BB-8.
ran out. All of a sudden, they go and they make a chick thing, right, with a little ball that runs around with a thing on top. It goes over, right?
Pokemon's in there.
Porno shit, right? Something pops out of his pocket, which everyone knows, sticks it in him, and fucking next thing you know, he's got some fucking juice back. Meep, 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 meep. And fucking, he's alive.
Yeah.
Like, don't listen. They're making fucking Earths, all these ships and like these wands that like the light stops and they chop each other up and shit. And they can't fix R2.
That would be the
Like,
lightsaber.
You got to sit in the fucking corner for 10 months.
Listen, if
This is bullshit.
Just to keep the conversation going, because yes, you're right about all that stuff, but these are fables.
Yeah.
It's the same thing
I don't
with
give
like
a
a
shit.
Beauty and the Beast.
Story.
Like
How about a
how
little
can
reality?
a beauty be
It's
in
a
love with
soap opera in the
giant animal?
stars.
I'm just saying.
All right,
like,
Michelle wants to say something. Go
No,
ahead,
I would
Michelle.
say that's possible. That's possible.
Well, that's the thing is it's a fable. So you're supposed to. It's supposed
All
to be
right,
just
listen.
this
story
How
goes
many
on.
fucking times you
Yeah.
blow up the city,
Hey.
all right? What am I going to
Hey.
do? See you blow up the
Let the
city?
force be with you.
All right, listen,
all
what's the
Listen,
next movie?
Did I mention it's 42,
What's your favorite movie?
42 billion, dude? That's why they keep making them.
yeah, it's
all right?
ridiculous.
It's right there. It's all in the numbers.
Yeah.
But-
They
but
catch generations. Every generation, they make a new Earth, and then
Exactly.
they blow it up. And
then you-
Darth Vader, Darth Vader's dog comes back.
It's all good. It's all good and evil, dude. It's good and evil.
Get the fuck out of here. Listen,
Good versus bad.
what's your favorite movie?
Oh my god, of all time? Like no category, just favorite movie?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a.
My wife's.
I
You
would
wanna know what my
s-
wife's is?
What?
No.
It's A Wonderful Life.
Really?
Oh, I love that one.
I
good
mean,
movie.
she's like, I got to watch that thing like, like, I wonder what's going to happen. I watched it 50 fucking times.
You could
I wanna
recite it.
cut my jugular vein. All right, I want to bleed out. I
Mine's
got to
a
watch this
toss-up.
thing
Classic.
again. But I sit there like in torture and just go, oh, that's nice. I wonder what happens. Oh, the whole town's going to come together. They're going to throw $50 bills at this guy, and he's going to, his whole life is going to have a meaning. And it's a nice
It's
movie.
a feel good thing, dude.
Yeah,
you
the
gotta
fifth
watch
time.
It
it.
is.
But now she's hooked on this Hallmark channel. You guys watch this?
Oh,
thing?
I sometimes, occasionally.
This
I
Hallmark
do.
channel. Listen,
I
I
like
want to
Lifetime
find the guy who
movies.
invented this thing. I want to fucking kill him. All right, it's the same thing over and over. It's like going and all of a sudden, like I'm waiting for Bonnie Fife to come out. Like, hey, everything fucking, everything's sunshine. Hey, how you
Everything
doing,
is
Mary?
awesome.
Oh yeah, we're gonna save the store. This is like an unbelievable store where it's got Christmas spirit and everything. There's like 25 movies in the thing, right? I've seen each one like 6 times, and the same shit, just like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna save the whole town comes together. Hey, where's George? Let's give him a couple $100. We're gonna save this place. So it's bears. It's the Christmas spirit. Everybody falls in love. It's unbelievable. It's the same shit.
You guys just spent a little more time together now, aren't you?
No, yeah, it's like it's nice stuff.
Hallmark Channel.
Listen, the first but the Hallmark Channel. She got all excited. We were at the mall
Does she
shop,
watch
and all of a
Lifetime?
sudden, they were like, Silent Night, like all these carolers and stuff, and behind them was the Hallmark Channel. Oh my God, it's the Hallmark Channel. I go, what do you want me to tell you? Go give him
All
100.
right, well, wait. So getting back to my favorite. So your
Yeah,
favorite
what
movie was what?
Ariel and the Little Mermaid. And
Well, I'm sorry. Well, hold on. What?
Ariel and the Little Mermaid.
Really?
No, we're talking like real movies, like a movie.
Is that
A
was that
movie.
Ariel and the Little Mermaid. What the fuck? What is that?
I don't even know
Ariel and the
what that is.
Little Mermaid.
What
It's
is
a
that?
Disney movie. The little.
Oh, look out! Oh,
Shit's
that's
falling.
not
Like the
good.
earth is gonna
Hold
come.
on, shit's falling.
What
Look
was
at the
that?
look on Stu's face. Don't yeah. He's like, don't worry about it. Oh my God. Oh, we just dropped the what is it? The iPad
Whose iPad? Is
Everybody
that?
good?
Is that yours?
takes a lick and it
Is
keeps.
that your
on ticking.
iPad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Nah, I didn't break the glass. This is cork. This is
It's a cork floor. It's not gonna
So what do you
break.
think this is? Star Wars? This is the cheap
No, wait,
shit.
all right. So
Wait, hold on. So
something in the-
Ariel
Ariel and the Little
Yeah,
Mermaid.
Ariel the little. You never the little redhead mermaid, the Disney one. It's a,
What
it's a
happens?
fictional
Like what happens in
character.
that movie? I never seen that one.
There's the. I just love her because she's a mermaid, and I love mermaids.
Oh, you like mermaids?
Yeah.
Right.
And then what is it called? The Wizard of Oz.
Oh well, it's a
That
classic.
was always one of my classics.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz. It's a
Yeah.
classic. But how about lately? How about lately?
Lately, one of my favorite movies.
When was the last time you were at the movies, Michelle?
Wait, what did we go see?
When was the last time a guy came up to you and said, hey, can I take you to the movies?
Recent. Oh, we saw Jigsaw.
No,
so that was
Who's we?
me and my boyfriend. We
Oh,
saw
okay.
Jigsaw 2 months ago.
Wait, this is
Jigsaw?
Is this a new boyfriend or no? This is,
no.
Is this
is this the other guy you were telling us
Lewis.
about?
Yeah,
You're still
yeah,
with
yeah.
him?
Yeah.
All right.
Is this the guy with the cable guy?
No. He never.
No.
He didn't have a chance.
The cable guy? This is Louis? His name's Louis what? Louis
Remember I showed you him at the last one? His name's Lewis.
Lewis.
Yeah.
All right. And what's he do?
He works for Verizon.
Verizon.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the internet guy.
He's
Did he
not,
put you-
he's
did he
not the
put-
same
listen,
cable guy. No.
Did he
it's
put your
not.
cable in?
he didn't.
What do you got? A
No.
cable fetish? What the fuck, Michelle? Every guy that comes next to you, like either drives a truck Verizon Wireless,
Cable. Something to do with cable.
Sprint.
No.
Listen,
No,
I
this
dated
guy-
the
no,
guy
this
from
guy-
Sprint. What are you looking to get your phone, like a free phone? What are you trying to do?
No,
here?
then my dad works for AT&T.
And you can see she's got a little.
It's in the blood.
Yeah,
It's in the blood.
she's got a phone fetish.
Listen, no, this is the guy that she's been with. But you had
Yeah.
said at one time you didn't know if it was going to work out. But obviously you guys are still.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
So yeah, we saw Jigsaw. When was that? In October. And
Jigsaw.
that was pretty good. It's a prequel, I guess, of Saw. So that's why it's Jigsaw. So it was. I don't know if it's before or after, but it's
don't
one
even know if
of
it's
the
before.
sequences of Saw.
I gotta start going to the movies, man. Because
It
I'm
was
like,
it was good. They have this
gotta-
place in Fort Lee where they bring out food.
Oh, I
to
love
you.
those.
Oh, and I
I
saw
love those.
Beauty and the Beast in the movie theaters with my girlfriend.
We got to do this.
And-
Why don't we do it? Listen to me. We
those
got to
are nice.
start scheduling.
I want to
things.
see. I really want to see Jumanji. I'm dying to
Yes,
see Jumanji.
that's what
Yeah.
Rock, right? Where
yeah.
it turns into something.
Yeah. But those movie theaters are nice because
Yeah.
they'll serve you.
I just want to say something right now. So I got DirecTV, okay?
Yeah.
And I got the whole like package, everything. Give me the soup to nuts. I want the whole thing. You watch that Stars, the HBO, the Showtime. It's a bunch of bullshit.
It is, dude. It is.
It's the same shit.
Yeah.
Over and over.
and
I'm
over.
paying $4,000 for all this bullshit.
But
and
do
it's
you
like
watch
Packages you
shows?
get.
Yeah.
$4,000.
I mean, whatever. A year.
Yeah, I know.
It's like ridiculous. It's the same shit. Like, I don't even know. I want to go and like say, listen, I don't want you. I don't want this. I don't want that. I like how they're going to go and I think you're going to come and you'll be able to order whatever you want.
You got to a la carte it, man. You got to a la carte.
Yeah,
Because I agree with you.
dude,
All those pay channels, HBO, Showtime, listen, some of them some good shows, but it's like, it is. You
It's
tune
the
in, it's the
same
same
shit.
shit over and over. The only one, HBO is good because they've got some good, some of their programming like Game of Thrones, I love. And
Or
Yeah.
Shameless on
But
But I don't
Yeah,
watch it.
well-
But I don't watch it on that anyway. I wait till the whole series is over, and then I watch it.
Oh, there you go. So
One
that's why
weekend.
it's
Did you
not
watch
worth it.
Ballers?
I watch some Ballers. Yeah,
I like
yeah.
Ballers.
I'm like a Blacklist.
Yeah.
That's like my kind of.
You know what I've been into?
Yeah.
I've been into Netflix. I've been watching Netflix.
Netflix has great.
Yeah, but
shows.
what-
Great program.
Narcos.
What shows?
Oh, man.
Narcos.
Mark-
Yeah, that's.
Marco Polo, I've been watching. Netflix has got a lot of great original programming.
Yeah, they really cool
Yeah,
do. They really do.
Marco Polo, Iron Fist, The Punisher. They got their whole series
Right.
now. The Punisher.
I
There's
gotta
really
watch that.
some really good ones on Netflix. But getting back to movies, my favorite
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
I would think that you would agree with me is Godfather.
Yeah,
My
Godfather's
favorite movie of all time.
Oh
would be
yeah,
Godfather.
that's up there.
I don't know if it's the greatest of all time for
It's
me. I'm listening.
mine.
No, I'm saying it's,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
listen to me. That's a good. It really like laid out. That really put like the La Cosa Nostra, like the mafia.
Oh, dude,
and
it was-
people think like that's real. Like almost like
They like
it was-
glorify it and make it
I
look
got-
so
I got-
like.
Yeah, I got to do like 5 episodes of The Sopranos, right?
Yeah.
And people be like, "Oh my God, I heard Tony's coming tonight." I said, "What? Me? I'm here." No, Tony Soprano, he's coming. I think the feds are all over the place. I go, "It's a fucking television show, people." Well, they really thought like he was like in the mafia.
Yes.
It's
And
like
I go,
a real
"Hey,
deal.
are you guys kidding me?" They think like he was like really like, oh my God, here he comes. Here he is. Ooh, don't look at him. Like I don't know. People like really are stupid.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stupid people.
All those movies that De Niro did and Joe Pesci and those are just some really
Yeah,
great.
there was some great stuff, man.
Yeah, Casino.
Yeah,
But,
but I
uh,
like Rain Man.
Rain Man was good, man. Rain Man was good. That's
Rain
up
Man
there.
was a good one.
Yeah, Rain Man was good. But I would say, what about you, Stu? Mine was
Goodfellas.
Godfather. Goodfellas? Yeah, great. Another great movie. Yeah. How about Scariest? Your scariest movie?
Chucky.
No. Listen,
Oh my God.
a movie that the
That
guy,
one, yeah. Chucky.
the producer, one of the producers actually played in my golf tournament with Cato Caitlin came and brought him. Hostel.
Oh,
Hostel.
Hostel was another.
Yeah, it's
Oh, shit.
horrific and it's like
Like
bloody,
this.
but I don't know about Scariest. You know what I mean? If
I
you're
was
going to get
scared
to
shit.
Scariest.
I was scared. They're drilling the guys. I mean, just like cutting the people up because
Yeah.
No, I did see it. It was
it was realistic.
gory.
Like, oh yeah, you're in a hotel.
It
All
was
these
gory.
girls
But-
are hitting on these guys. Yeah, come here.
And it's
okay,
a hostel.
well,
a
But
lot of people were
it's
staying
more
in
like
hostels for a
it's more
while.
like you can't even watch it. But
Yeah.
scary. To me, the scariest one I've ever seen is still The Shining. To me, The
Oh
Shining
my god.
Shining's good.
Yeah,
Shining.
that movie's crazy. That's
Yeah.
You know what? That's one of my favorite
That
movies of all
Jason,
time.
that Jason guy with the mask and shit. That was,
is Friday the 13th.
Oh, Michael Myers.
Yeah, that was. I mean, the
I'm not a
original.
big- I listen. I'm terrified. Listen, I don't put the garbage out. I go outside, man. My brothers used to torment me because I would like watch these, like, and I'm the biggest guy in the family. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you.
You keep the light on.
They would go out there, and my brother, like, there was like woods across the thing, right? My younger brother would be like, "Oh yeah, you tell him. Tell Tony he's got to bring you." He would sneak out the back and go, "Here, hide in the woods." I'd be like taking the garbage can out, and it's about maybe 30 feet. I'm taking it out, and all of a sudden he would come running out of the fucking woods with like a hoodie or something like that. Listen, nope. I pissed my pants. I'd shit, and I would cry.
That's hard to
And then
believe looking
he would
at you,
lock the
dude.
front door, and I would be
Yeah, it is.
petrified. Petrified. He's lucky I didn't shoot him. If I had a gun,
You
I
probably would have.
But I'm like, the dark, I don't really like the dark.
Yeah.
You ever listen,
Hey,
we were up at the cabin, right? We were up at the cabin. Like, it's cool. Bunch of people there hanging
Being
out.
there at night
listen,
probably
no
would have been
problem.
really crazy.
By yourself.
Yeah.
Nobody up there. And all of a sudden
freaky.
here.
Have you been there recently, by the way?
No, I don't go there by myself. I don't do that.
You don't really go.
I always got people with me.
Yeah, you always have people with you.
Somebody's got to be
Shane's
with me.
usually there with
Yeah,
you, right?
yeah, Shane.
Michelle, I don't know if you ever noticed that about Goose, but he's rarely alone.
Oh no, you
He always
never
got
are.
somebody with him.
You
Well,
always
listen,
have at least
but
three,
you know
four
why?
people.
Do you know why? You know why I'm rarely alone?
Why?
Because playing ball, I've had a
true.
lot of people come, and they want to like test me. I would order. I was in a bar right before we played the Raiders in the NFC Championship game. I'm at the bar. I ordered a beer. The guy went and put the beer down. I paid him. A guy walked up and looked at me and goes, "Thanks." Grabs my beer, chugs it, puts it back down, and I want to kill this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I want to rip his fucking throat out. I want to hit him so hard his mother cries, right? And you can't do anything. But my friend was with me, and I said, "Listen, you punch him in the face."
And I got your back.
No, I got the attorney fee. No problem. I'll get you out. No problem like this. So that's normally why, because a lot of things happen to celebrities and athletes and everything like that. And most of the time it happens to them when they're by themselves.
Yeah.
So don't go out by yourself. Go out with a couple guys and everybody has a good time. And then if somebody wants to start something, your buddies know how to just wedge themselves between you and them and get
It's
away
always a
with it.
buffer.
Yeah, you need a buffer. You
No,
really do.
listen, man, I hear you. It all makes sense to me. I'm just saying, ever since I've known you, it's always been that way. You always got your posse.
Always. Yeah, always.
Your posse
guys.
with you.
You got to laugh.
But you know what I
gotta
like about you, Goose, is that most of these posses are guys you grew up with and went to high school with.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
take a bullet. Yeah. They're guys like you would see in Goodfellas and stuff like that. That would
Absolutely.
that are like.
Yeah. always
trust.
been there. Yeah. But so to me it was Shining. What about the fun? Let's talk about the funniest movie.
Oh, the funniest. All right, recent. Bad Moms. That movie is so freaking funny.
my God.
I die. I'm obsessed. It's so good.
I just saw that the other day.
It's so.
It was funny.
Isn't it?
It was funny. I'll give it that. I don't know about funniest, but right, it was. I did get a laugh out
It's
of
up there.
lately.
Yeah, lately.
Funniest of all time.
Lately.
Yeah.
Listen, I gotta put myself out there. Dumb and Dumber's got to be one of the funniest.
Well,
fucking movies.
Dumb and Dumber would be up there on my list. On the top of my list would have to be Caddyshack, still to this day.
Oh, Caddyshack. Yeah, but Caddyshack wasn't like, you're not dying laughing like people are so stupid that you have to laugh, right?
Yeah, I mean it's
Other
not,
than Dumb and Dumber, probably the funniest movie I ever saw was Superbad.
super
Oh,
bad.
super bad.
Super. Look at me.
We've
You're laughing.
we've got a little history.
You're just thinking
That-
about it, right? You're just thinking about it. You're
That
laughing.
is a very
right?
good one.
Goose and I have a
yeah.
little history with super bad. That was we had a good night that
Oh,
night. But,
dude, laugh.
Oh,
Oh,
do
my
tell,
God.
do tell.
that was
Not
just
meant for podcast?
No, that was just like we would just sit in the RV, like I'd bring the RV and we park in the person's driveway, whatever.
we were partying in the RV.
and we're
Okay.
drinking,
Let's just say
getting all
All right.
fucked up, and the next thing you know, Superbad comes on, and it just, when you're fucked up and you watch Superbad, you see so much more
Yeah.
than you would see normally.
Yeah.
You know,
It's so much funnier.
like the expressions on the guy's face, like when they're talking about the girl. Oh, that's Janet Johnson down the street. Oh yeah. I heard she had a breast reduction. Oh, I can't believe that. Why would you ruin God's work? I mean, they were so supple. Like little stupid things like that. Like, who has these conversations?
Yeah.
And then the mother, the opening scene, the one kid's mother comes out and she leans over and her tits are hanging out, right? And the guy's just like, yeah. Yeah, Miss Johnson. Yeah, he's just trying to keep the conversation going because he's staring at her tits. And he says, like, yeah. And then she walks away and he goes, man, I'd come and pick you up every day. I hope you breastfed because I just want to suck on your mother's tits.
The best part.
Fuck you, man. That's my mother. I don't give a fuck.
The
man.
best
She's
scene.
the nicest tits I've seen in the last 20 minutes.
The best scene, though, was when the lead character, I don't know the kid's name, the character's name, was in the party, and he was stuck in that room with all those guys, and they were all getting high, and they looked at him, and they thought he was the kid that was there to sing. He had a great voice.
You want some cocaine, man? Yeah. No, I'm good.
So
you're that kid who sings, man.
You're
You're going to sing, and you're going to sing good.
Yeah.
The next scene, he starts singing. What was the song?
These eyes.
These eyes.
Yeah.
And everybody's so coked out. For you.
Boom, boom, boom.
I told you he was a good singer, man. You're going to sing good. Though.
But Goose, at that scene, we probably watched 15 times because he would rewind that scene every time it was done.
The kid was just so fucking petrified.
And
so petrified. And then the kid, he's dancing with the one guy's girlfriend, and she's on her period.
Oh,
and he's
God,
like grinding
that
her.
scene, yeah.
And he's got like,
and she's like, thank you.
Yeah, he's got
and then
like
she walks
blood on her.
away,
Like,
yeah.
you
awesome.
motherfucker.
That was awesome, man.
And then the nerd cops are like, let's get out of here. The cops are you are the cops. Like, listen, it's just the funniest shit you've ever. I mean, it's just if you've never seen Superbad,
you got to see it.
If you're, I don't care what age you are.
I'm going to give you that one because that was funny. The other one I would put up there high on the list, especially my list, would be Old School.
Oh, Old School is funny.
Old School to me, I remember seeing that in the theater the first time I went and saw it in the theater. I don't know what year that was. It was early 2000s. But I went and saw it, and I'm sitting there, and we were a little drunk, right? We were partying beforehand.
Right.
So I'm watching, and when that scene came on with the tranquilizer gun, dude, I was almost keeled over in the aisle laughing so hard when he shot himself in the neck with that tranquilizer gun. Is that bad? Is that bad? Dude, that's the most powerful trinket on the market. That's awesome. Dude, I was cracking up. So that's probably the hardest I've ever laughed in any movie that I've ever seen. That particular moment in that movie was
What was the movie?
hysterical.
I don't even know what the movie was. Where
The Hangover was pretty funny.
Hangover was funny, really
I would
funny.
almost consider that a drama.
was The Hangover when the cops went and made the kids
That's
go
a
and
tranquilizer gun.
oh, there it
These
is.
little fuckers decide to freak out on the kids. I get to take them down. Okay, right, Mother. Oh, what? That's what I thought. Shut up. Hey, be careful with that. That's the most powerful trank gun on the market. Huh, got her in Mexico. Cool. Yeah, it is cool. They say it can puncture the skin of a rhino from a... Ow!
He just shot himself.
Oh! Yes! That's awesome!
That's awesome.
What?
What?
You just took one in the jugular, man!
Wait.
Whoa! Yes! Oh my god!
You're crazy.
Oh my god, I did! Is this bad? Is this bad? You should pull that out. That shit is not cool. Wait. Pull what out? The dart, man. You got a fucking dart in your neck. You're crazy.
You're crazy, man.
I like how the voice changes. Fucking
Oh my God! I'm already crying right now, and it's been a while since I've seen the movie. That was hilarious, man. That scene was the
unbelievable,
best.
man. Unbelievable.
Wow.
There's so many great movies out there. It's like
It
forget
really
it.
is.
What else? Come on, give us another. Old School is good.
One of my other favorite movies was Braveheart. Love that movie.
Listen,
That's a really great.
you want to hear about this?
Love that-
Yeah,
love
that's
that
way
movie.
to go from fun to
I'm just.
fucking.
Hey, you said what other movies, man? I'm sorry. That's
Our coach showed us.
It's a great movie.
Listen, the one scene from Braveheart when he like goes and he's firing all the guys up. We saw that the night before the Super Bowl.
Perfect.
That was great.
Yeah,
Great.
motivation. That's a
yeah,
little
that was
motivation
awesome.
for you.
That was awesome. That was a
Willie
great
Wallace.
movie. Yeah, that was a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie.
All right, this is kind of creepy, but it's one of my favorite movies, the Hannibal Lecter one. Why am I drawing a blank of the name of it right now? I watched
Silence
it
of the
all.
Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah,
great
that
movie.
was
Good
I
movie.
love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was badass.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was
badass
badass.
creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Hey,
you
what-
give him a pen, he could fucking kill an army with a pen. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. But then how many did they do with the Silence of the Lambs?
There was 3.
Was there
Like
3 of them?
5.
Yeah.
Was there
Sherry's.
5?
And the sequels were all not good.
It's funny. I want to see the sequels again just so I can
Yeah.
get into that. Because
No,
I
none of
did
them were as good
recently
as-
see
It's just
Silence
that
of the
one
Lambs.
was so hard to top.
Yeah.
What's your funny? Stu, you're like the movie freak
Yeah,
nut.
you would know more than
He's
us.
pretty good with old
Not
school.
porn. Regular, like a fun, not Rambone or any of those.
Fuck. There's a movie
hard
from
to-
Chris
Yeah,
Rock
you
and
just
Louis
threw 'em, Goose.
CK.
I throw
Yeah, yeah.
Rambo
Wait,
out there.
wait,
It's
what?
fuck,
What?
I was going to say that.
It's Pootie Tang. If you've
Oh, I-
ever heard of Pootie Tang,
That's fucking the name of the
I've
movie.
seen Pootie Tang.
it's absolutely the dumbest.
I mean, listen, I got young kids. I mean, I had young kids. I never really watched Pootie Tang. Like, if that was on,
say
I would
that I
usually go slide by that one
Pootie Tang.
and go to like the mermaid. Like,
Isn't
I'll
that is
talk
that a
about
porn?
it.
Well,
It's so great because if you know it, they
Caligula?
talk
What?
like they'll say like snobble tang and wadata.
Yeah.
And like this is how I talk. Like years later, I still talk this way. I go wadatabani, and that's all from that movie. It's about a character who doesn't really speak a word of English. He talks in this like slang where he's like,
That's like Johnny Dangerous. Like,
yeah, it's
fargan
hysterical.
snooper, sneaky bastardages.
Louis C.K.'s first movie.
Who is he? I have no clue. Who the fuck he
Louis
is.
C.K.
He's a comedian. He's a comedian.
Okay, all
Louis
right.
C.K.
All right,
Yeah.
enough. You're talking over us. All right, and so Jace, let's get
So
back.
that wasn't a porno. That was an actual movie.
That's Vinny Bobatz's first movie. Oh, okay.
I've never. You've seen.
right,
You've heard of this
I've
thing?
seen it once, like on
Pootie
VH1,
Tang,
going through, and I watched a little bit of it. It was funny though.
Sounds like something a little
It
different.
was interesting, yeah.
Stu, come on. What was your classic, favorite, funniest movie ever, though, Stu? I mean, what?
So, is there a phone company that you didn't date? Like, I was just thinking about that. You got AT&T, you got Verizon, and you got Sprint.
AT&T's my dad.
Yeah.
Verizon, the creepy cable guy was just Verizon, and then Lewis just happens to work for
How about
Verizon.
that? What's that one phone that you can get from like Walmart? That's like prepaid.
T-Mobile or
Yeah, no.
Motorola or
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's
another
probably
one.
T-Mobile, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe T-Mobile. Did you
Sprint?
ever date a
Sprint?
T-Mobile guy?
How about Sprint?
Never
Never?
Sprint. No.
Never Sprint.
Never.
What are you
Like,
biased?
does this
against?
guy now? Your boyfriend,
Yeah.
does he like? What does he do for? What does he work for? Sprint?
Yeah, no, he does HR for them. No, he works for Verizon.
He works for Human Resources.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the dick who's like fires everybody. Like,
or
oh,
hires.
he asked her out twice. Yeah. What do you do if you're a single guy and you want to like take a girl out on a date? Like, how do you even go and do that? Like, how do you even go like at work and just go and say, "Hey, listen, hey Michelle, how you doing?"
DM her
wanna
on
go to the movies?
Instagram.
Do you? Well, then you have a paper trail. Then you're really fucked. Yeah.
But like then you're not doing anything like interacting in person at
Yeah,
the
but like,
workplace.
why would you not want to interact? Don't you want a guy to come and say, like, whether you're going to say yes or no to him?
Yeah.
Like, hey, Michelle, how you doing? I work with, like, hey, Jimmy, how you doing? Hey, listen, you want to go to the movies or something? Like,
So,
you wink at a girl, like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
He winked at me. He winked at me, and the hairs on the back of my neck stuck up. Fire that motherfucker.
Even looking at Michelle, I'm like, you look really nice. I mean, I'm almost nervous to say that now because, did I just?
Right.
Am I not supposed to say
Well,
that?
I say that to you, though,
Uh,
James. You don't get upset, do you? I mean, like,
No, I wish you'd say it more to me, Goose.
you're
come
hot.
on, man.
Listen,
Thanks,
I said it on
thanks.
Instagram.
Thanks, I
Or what was
appreciate
it?
that.
Facebook.
Yeah.
You commented on his Facebook
I said
Live
you're
and
like.
said
I said you're like a fine wine. You're better with age.
Nice. I appreciate that,
It
buddy.
was nice.
But no,
Yeah,
it's true though, man. It's crazy.
it. Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
crazy
not-
out there right now.
Dude, and listen to me. You have your own logo too, JC with the hammer. Where do you get a shirt like that? And what sizes do they come in?
Whatever you need, bro.
You have 3X tall.
I can get 3X tall. Yeah, I haven't. I
So you don't have
I
that.
don't
So
have
that's
it
like
right
sort
now.
of discrimination. I'm going
A
to
little
call
bit.
HR on that.
So there you go. See how that happens? Just like that. I'm discriminating.
No chubby wear, huh?
Just
So
like
would
that.
be our HR here.
Hang on,
you.
Goose. Are you feeling fat shamed by him just wearing that T-shirt?
Well, I want to know if he.
So this
cuffed
is a
the
micro-
sleeves or
me-
not. Did he
Yeah.
cuff those sleeves? Do you think that?
My shirt is a microaggression. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, like that.
feel a
hammer,
little-
what does
a little-
that mean? That you're getting hammered? Like you're drilling. What is that? Is that a nail? I mean, like
This sums up the
I want
world
a
we're
3
living in right now.
I want a 3X tall.
You got it,
But not
bro.
really a 2X
I'm gonna-
tall. 2X tall. It's good.
Yeah, because you're slimming down, man.
Yeah,
you
slimming
lost
down.
some weight. I
Yeah,
would say
you
you're
know,
no longer
just getting,
3X tall.
I'm getting down.
You're svelte.
Are. You look
Looking
like
for
you
the-
lost weight.
Thanks. I'm getting
So what
I
do you
got
like?
mad
Tell
at
me,
him
what are
this
you
morning.
eating?
I got mad at him when I
Salad.
came in.
Salads?
salad, tuna,
Salads.
and rice. Well, listen,
Salad, tuna,
I'm
and
like
rice.
looking at the Asian thing, right? Like Chinese and stuff like that. All the MSG bad stuff. But those people over in Asia, they don't get sick. Like they don't have
thin.
cancer. They're
Yeah.
all small. They're all.
Well, I don't know about don't have cancer. Probably not on the same level that we have cancer, but
No,
right,
but it's
yeah.
like really like it's like ridiculous, and all they eat is like rice and vegetables and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to like
you got to eat.
Stimulate
Dude,
that.
you know what to do. You got to eat clean. That's all, man.
just gotta eat clean, yeah.
eat
Listen,
clean.
I, mean,
you
I
gotta,
read Jason's book.
there you go.
My
clean.
trainer's telling me low fat intake.
Low fat. Well, you got to be.
That's
So you got to be
bullshit.
careful.
You gotta have fat.
Here's the thing with
Just stay away from the salt.
Yeah, here's the thing with the
Yeah.
fat thing. You got to be careful with the low fat because for a long time there, 15, 20 years ago, that we had this no fat craze.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, no fat.
Fat-free,
But
fat-free.
that was never good
Yeah.
because what happened was we stopped. We didn't just get rid of the bad fats. We got rid of all fats.
Yeah.
And there's good fats that you absolutely need in your
Right.
diet. So, I mean, some fats, yes, you need to avoid. The saturated fats, absolutely get them out of your diet. But the other fats, the good fats, you need in your diet.
Yeah.
Men need them because there's a direct correlation between the fatty acids that we take in and our testosterone levels. So, I mean, anyway, not to get too technical, but no, low saturated fats. But now you got the keto diet, which a lot of people are doing, which is
Yeah.
it can be very helpful. So yeah, no, but you look good.
A lot of MMA fighters do that.
Yeah, the keto.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we got off on a tangent there. I mean, we were talking about movies and we
Yeah.
got
That was good. Now, how about this
Now
bourbon? How about
nutrition.
American?
Yeah, so check
yeah.
this out. So this is you like this bottle though, right, Goose?
Yeah, that is awesome.
So
That's an
this
awesome one.
This is from American Barrels,
you didn't
and
even see it, Michelle. You don't
Yeah, I
even-
did. He
Yeah,
showed me
you see
before,
that?
before it started.
What is it? What is it?
It's
Yeah.
American Barrel, and it has a cool tin design at the bottom.
No, no.
Yeah, show her that. Show her that. So just so the
This
people are
is
listening right
a
now.
Shotgun. It's a shotgun shell.
Yeah.
This is the igniter. This is like a shotgun shell that you put into a gun.
Yeah, this is the bottom of a shotgun
See the
shell.
bottom of a shotgun shell.
Yeah, so for people listening right now,
wow.
this I got this for Goose. I saw it and I wanted to get him as a Christmas gift. So
How cool
it's
is that?
from
That is
American.
really cool.
It's a bourbon from American Barrels. It's a really cool bottle. I saw the bottle. I'm like, that's the coolest bottle. Yeah, Stu's holding it up to the camera right now.
Yeah.
One of the coolest bottles I've ever seen.
That is really
And
cool.
I'm like, I think Goose would like that. I got one for Stu as well. And we got to taste it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a cool looking bottle. That's
Yeah.
all good.
Now,
but I
is
want to
that a
make
We
sure
gotta
that
see how it tastes.
yeah,
We
it's
gotta
a
taste it
small
for it.
batch bourbon. They don't make a lot, but
and there's like a viper on it too. That's
yeah,
a
the snake wrapped.
Yeah,
around
that
it.
snake's
Yeah,
cool.
It's a really cool.
It's a
bottle.
rattler snake too. Look at the rattle at the bottom.
Yeah,
It's a rattlesnake.
yeah. So
Did
we'll
you know
give the.
that? You didn't
yeah.
know that.
I did know that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you would have said it.
So and it's got a tag on it. It's got the.
If you saw it, you would have said
got
that.
the-
You said it. You thought it was a snake, but you didn't know it was a rattlesnake.
It's got the dog.
I
got
showed
the dog
you the rattle.
tag on
I
it.
just showed that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American.
Ro had to point it out to me
All right,
because I didn't notice that at first. It's like, oh, there's a snake around here.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're
All right, pour it,
I-
pour. Let me
Yeah, so
take
let's pour this. So, but the bottle's really cool. So for those listening right now, check out American Barrels. We're gonna give a little plug because it's
Yeah.
a really cool looking bottle.
Yeah, they
But we got to taste
sending
it.
us a case. What
we
are they
gotta-
doing?
We got to taste it.
Are they sending us some? Do you know the people?
I don't know, but I can.
Yeah,
ask.
you call them and
Doesn't
sell them.
hurt to ask. Where's everybody else's?
Right there, right there.
The guy that makes this, I wonder what his favorite sex position is.
Snake. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we go there.
All righty, Stu.
Where's your glass?
Stu, I think, was born to do porn.
Michelle, where's your glass?
Born to do porn.
That's a ring.
Let her do that one. I'm not having any. Got a little cold.
Oh, that's why you're not drinking.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Antibiotics.
Oh, yeah, you can't drink on antibiotics. All right, I'll let you. Oh, wow, this is a
Let me
lot.
get this.
I'll,
Let me get this set
Nah,
up
you'll be
again here.
This is not my thing, by the way, taking shots.
I'll take a
No.
little
Well,
bit.
you know,
Okay,
hey,
ready?
listen, you can
Oh,
sip
Merry
it.
Christmas,
You don't have to
everybody.
do that.
Merry
Merry
Want to say Merry
Christmas.
Christmas,
Cheers.
everybody?
Cheers. Cheers. There you go. All right.
Thanks.
Here we go. I'm gonna sample. Smooth.
Wow, that's really good. And I
good.
don't like bourbon.
Well, you do now. It's good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's a good plug for American
good.
Barrels. You don't
Yeah.
like bourbon, but you like theirs. So there you go.
Yeah.
Chase, that is
Is
good.
it, what does it
Sponsor it.
taste
Smooth.
like? What's it? Is it honey or anything like that? Like,
I don't. You know what? Let me hold on.
you know that. Now that you're talking about
It does
like
have
bourbon,
like a little tiny.
me and you made a barrel
It's
of
more like
bourbon
oaky,
at
right?
Jim Beam, didn't we? Chase, that we got to go pick up.
Butterscotch.
Yeah, it's sweeter.
Yeah, get a butterscotch.
That's why I like it.
I'm sorry. What
We
was
made
that?
a barrel of bourbon at Jim Beam.
I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking about that a couple days ago. That barrel should still be there. We got to go back and
We
tap
gotta call that guy.
We got to call that guy. Go back and tap. So Goose and I did an episode at Jim Beam for
That's a great episode.
Jeffrey. Yeah, Jeffrey No.
Great episode.
Jeffrey No.
Yeah.
Who was the 8th generation distiller, I believe. I think he was 8th generation. Yeah. So he was no longer
Master distiller, master.
Master distiller. He was no longer an employee, I don't think, though. So his family. This is at this point. I think a Japanese company had bought Jim Beam for a ridiculous amount of money, but he was still an employee. He still. But so Goose and I did the whole tour, and then we went in and we actually filled one of the barrels and corked it, and then signed it, and they put it up in the
4 years or something. We got to wait, right?
Yeah, 4 years, but it's been more than 4 years. How long ago was that, Sue?
No.
Yeah.
That was like 4 years ago.
Was
4
it,
years.
was it 4 years? All right, so it's time for us to go and
Yeah.
we should. That's what we should do is go do a podcast from there.
Call no. We got to crack our barrel, and we got to
Done. Write that down, Stu. We got to make that call. No,
Fred, no.
Fred, no.
Fred, no.
What did I say? What did I say? Jeffrey, no.
Yeah, it just threw me off. I was like,
Was it Fred?
Yeah, Fred, no.
Fred, no. Okay. How does he spell that?
N-O-E.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
on the bottle. He's on like the bottle, like with
Yeah,
all the
but
nose.
but that was a great man cave.
No. Yes.
That was-
no. Yes.
That was a great.
No.
That was a great
Yes,
man
yes,
cave,
no.
though, wasn't it?
You know what that's from?
No.
What?
History of the World. Remember? She was like pointing out.
You
all
know
the
what?
eunuchs.
I want to take my
All the-
movie back. Pootie Tang.
You want to take it back now?
Yeah.
Pootie Tang, you want to take that
Holy
back?
Grail.
What do you take it back
Holy
for?
You
Grail
should-
is the best fucking movie.
Holy Grail.
What
Yeah.
that just came to you after Pootie Tang? That's the one.
Well, no, he's talking about Monty Python.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Holy Grail. One thin mint.
No. That's the
History of the
meaning of
world.
life. Or meaning of life is one wafer thin mint.
Just one thin mint.
Have you not seen it?
No.
It is the greatest thing in the
Yeah,
world.
Monty Python is.
They have this guy, they're serving this fat guy at a restaurant, and he's like 1,200 pounds.
Listen,
It's a
they are
total
feeding
fat
him so
bodysuit.
much.
And they feed him so much food, and they just want, and he's like stuffed. And they just want him to have one mint at the end. They're like, oh, it's waffle thin. Just take this one mint. He eats the mint and explodes.
He explodes, and all you see is his heart.
Oh no.
And his ribs.
Oh my
It is the
god.
funniest thing ever.
It's hilarious.
Yes.
That's so funny.
I am a stand-up philosopher. Okay, did you the unemployment line? This guy, he's like a guard, and he goes, "I'm a stand-up philosopher." It's okay. Did you bullshit today? Yes, I did. Did you bullshit yesterday? Yes, I did. Then will you try to bullshit tomorrow? Yes, I will. Crazy, fun stuff. Listen.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
It is good, right?
We're gonna keep
It is
I
good.
like it.
Yeah.
We're going to keep eating the bourbon, and I think this was a great podcast. I think this was fun.
But listen,
A lot of
let's not forget about this though. We do need to go to Jim Beam and do that. I think
100%.
without a doubt, that would be a great trip.
100%.
right?
Absolutely.
To be there and do it. Yeah.
And then we're
Crack
also
that.
Yeah.
in January.
Crack that, bro.
We might be making a trip to Orlando. Correct?
That's a possibility. We'll talk about it. We'll see if that happens. Yeah.
Yep. And then Michelle, we're still going to have one at your place, and then we're going to have one over at
Yay.
Jason's, make some pizzas. So we
Yeah.
got a lot of fun things coming up.
So just to recap, favorite movie again of all time? Come on, I thought
It
you
would have to be super bad.
super bad favorite.
The Little
movie?
Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. And what was this too?
I was saying Goodfellas.
Yeah. So it's not
Godfather,
Pootie Tang.
Holy Grail, Pootie Tang.
Holy Grail.
How about 25th Hour? 25th Hour.
Mine was Godfather. So
That's
there you
right.
go.
Yeah.
Hang on. My favorite movie is 25th Hour.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's-
The
okay.
dude who played the Russian was outstanding.
Oh God.
Awesome.
All right,
Thank you.
Stu.
Thank you very
Why don't
much.
you go blow him?
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a
Merry
happy
Christmas.
New Year.
We're actually
see
saying
you
Merry
soon.
Christmas again. This is
Awesome.
great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays for everybody else, too. You know, you do
Yes.
whatever you have.
Enjoy
Whatever
the
you celebrate.
holidays.
Ciao.